Mega Dads Live is a mature-rated podcast. It's for the Mega Dads, the Mega Moms, but not the Mega Kids. So put on those earmuffs and let's go!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of Mega Dads Live. But Adam, he is on vacation. He's taken a little sabbatical. And because of that, I, Antonio, aka Hypecaster, am running the Insane Asylum. And we have none other than Shiro from the community joining me on Mega Dads Live. What's going on? How are you? If you know Shiro, he's amazing. He's always in the Discord, chatting it up, living it up with us, and he's an amazing dude through and through. If you know, you know.
And you're too kind. I'm basically just an idiot. So.
I think you're incredibly intelligent. I think that you play a lot of games and you know what you're talking about. A lot of your opinions, I gravitate toward. I think we're simpatico in a lot of things. I wanted to ask you about these fantastic figurines around you. Can you tell me what the big one is right above your head? The big one
right above my head?
Yeah, for the video listeners, for the audio listeners, tune into the YouTube channel, youtube.com/megadads, and you'll be able to see Shiro's amazing. It is a Transformer figurine, is it not?
This is a Transformer. Yeah.
Is it 2 feet tall?
I don't know how
it's gotta be 2 feet.
Yeah, it's about 2 feet tall.
Yeah, it's about 2 feet tall. Gibungus. What is it?
Yeah. So this one is technically it's called Defensor.
Oh,
so
right.
He is basically made out of 5 different Autobots combined into one. So this guy's a fire engine, an ambulance, a helicopter, a police bike, and in a police car.
That is amazing.
They combined, yeah. What was also amazing was how much money it took out of my wallet to buy this thing. But I don't care, it was worth it. So
it looks fantastic. Again, check it out on the video version. That brings up something that I've been thinking about lately is like how awesome childhood was. Like it literally gets better and better, my childhood, as I age, because things are so kind of shitty. So it's like you look back and do you remember when 5 things combining to become one thing was like, that was peak right there. That's what got me through the day. I was like, I'm going to go to school for another week because I'm hyped up over this Saturday morning cartoon. What do you miss about childhood the most? Like, is it like the figurines and stuff like that? Like, is it better now that you're older and you're able to like afford all this like cool stuff?
I mean, it's nice now that I'm older that, I can buy, within reason, I can buy all the things I want. That part is great.
And sometimes not within reason. Sometimes you go.
Sometimes not within reason. Sometimes
you have to go overboard. Yeah.
Yeah. Please, bank. Don't throw me out on the streets. but I mean, I think the other things we lose though are sad. Like when you thought everything in the world was great, when your biggest worry was, God, I got to do my homework. That kind of thing. And also, granted. Having your mom and dad taking care of you, and you didn't really have to worry about much of anything, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, nice. Some people these days, like even adults, they don't worry about shit. they just make it worse for everybody else, and that's how they live their life.
Gee, I wonder what that could be about.
Some people are dumb as rocks. We do want to talk about a game that you've been playing. Crimson Desert is an action-adventure RPG developed and published by Pearl Abyss, released on March 19, 2026 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and actually Mac OS, which was interesting. I had no idea about this game. So this is a long time coming. The reason that Mega Dads hadn't done an episode on this game is because nobody pulled the trigger on it. We have many people in the community. We have me, Adam. We have other like Mega Dads contributors. Like I asked other people, and nobody was ended up playing it. But we do have you, Shiro, and you've played the game. And I just wanted to see like it was supposed to come at a perfect time. People were thirsty for the next big game. People always love games that push their GPUs, and this one seemed to be, looking pretty good. It's kind of the word got out about throw the kitchen sink at it was like the mantra of this game. It's like a little bit of this game, a little bit of that game. But that's all I really heard about it. Like I read some reviews. Really, again, I didn't pull the trigger because it didn't make that much of a splash in my world, in my circles. It just seemed like a flash in the pan. But you've played it. About how long have you played the game, and what do you think about it so far?
I think I've played something like, it's not a crazy amount because I've only been playing it in little bits here and there, and I haven't had much time other than the weekends to play it. But so I'm about maybe 10-15 hours in, so it's kind of like, just past the tutorial stages. The first couple of chapters are pretty much regarded as, it's not officially that, but they're pretty much regarded as a kind of tutorial sort of thing. And I think that's pretty much true. But the reason I bought the game, I guess there was a couple of reasons why I eventually pulled the trigger. So I guess the reason I was looking at it in the first place was because I love open world games.
Yeah.
But that comes with like a caveat, because there are some of them that go too far. Like I'm thinking specifically like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm looking at you, right? I love open world games, but when they just like, like you open the map and it's like somebody just like freaking like spewed icons everywhere.
Like at the Far Cry games and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much, because then you're like, oh my god, I gotta hit. Because I'm like compulsive about things like that, right? I'm the one where I can't stand the blotches of grey on the map. I have to uncover them.
Yeah.
I have to check out all the this icon's a question mark. Oh, I need to go and check that one out. So that's Assassin's Creed Valhalla, for example, became way too overwhelming. Crimson Desert is more like it doesn't throw all those things at you. It's like there is a map, it's absolutely ginormous. I don't even know how big it is, almost as big as my head. But it's like it doesn't throw icons everywhere. And sometimes, things do come up on the map, like it'll put something up on the map, but as you've discovered it, as you've come close to it type thing. So it's not... It's overwhelming in terms of like, if you look at the size of the map, you're like, oh my gosh, but like the actual it doesn't throw all the quests and the discoverables and all that stuff at you. You just kind of come up with them naturally as you're going about in the game. So that was one reason why I pulled the trigger, was because I just love open world games, and this was billed as like a kind of a love letter to open world games.
Yeah, that's kind of what it.
And that's what the reviewers and YouTubers and stuff who like the game, that's kind of how they sort of regard it, and I think that's pretty much true. The other two reasons were, when it launched, there was performance issues, there was control issues, there was stuff like that, but the developers patched it like day 1, day 2, day 3. They're still pushing out patches. Almost every time I open up Steam, the game is downloading another update. So they are super active. So that was the other thing. And then the third, I've lost count of what number, but the other thing, the kind of stupid thing that pushed me over, was like I found out that like the main actor and most of the characters were all like Scottish actors.
Get out of here.
So so I was like, you know what, represent. So
for the people, did it?
Freedom. So those kind of reasons were why I sort of like, I was already on the fence. I could tell it was already going to be something that I was going to like. unless the reviews came out that it was an absolute cluster, complete unrecoverable mess, it was a game that I was probably going to buy at some point, but I might have, waited for a sale or something like that. But all those different things, it just looked really appealing to me, and I thought, yeah, you know what, screw it. Like we were talking earlier, I'm an adult now and I can buy the things I want, so I'm going to buy this stupid game, and I did. And yeah, I haven't regretted it. It's been a lot of fun. So
I'm glad that we're talking about the open world, because that can mean different things to different people. Like you say, if you have the compulsion of, like, I want exploration, and sometimes I want the icons and the checklists and the uncover one more thing and find the tower. Like, sometimes I like that Far Cry, Assassin's Creed things, but there's also like more of like a Skyrim feel, where adventure, like what's around the next bend. Um, Two questions. Does it scratch the itch if you are looking for something like an Assassin's Creed? Like, is that what type of game this ends up feeling like? I know it has like roots in a dev that has like like roots.
mm-hmm.
So what does it feel like when you're playing? Because there's so many comparisons about what it's like and what parts like, what does it feel like in the moment, like moment to moment to play?
I think it's more free form and more unstructured than Assassin's Creed. I know like the earlier Assassin's Creeds were more, like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3 and stuff were more kind of sort of, I don't know if linear is quite the right word, but they more sort of like you guided you through the experience type thing. This is where you're going next, and this is where you're going next. And then they sort of revamped it all with like Origins and Odyssey and Valhalla and stuff. And I really, really loved what they did with those. And those were a lot more freeform. They were a lot more like open world action RPGs. This is maybe if you took that and made it even more freeform, like almost kind of like I think Breath of the Wild comparisons are warranted in some ways.
I get what you mean. I mean, the vibe, of the two different. That's why I appreciate you, offering something up. Did you ever play Dragon's Dogma 1 or 2?
No, I did not. Like,
it is very like that. It is very like go, like, just there, like the map and the way it just works. It's very open world, like explore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely like that to an extent. The first few hours, most people regard like the first couple of chapters, which is roughly the first 10 hours, as kind of a tutorial, and it kind of guides you through a story and quests and stuff, and that kind of leads you up to like establishing a camp and stuff, and then that's kind of like the tutorial is kind of done, although it's always throwing things at you after that. And it is guiding you through a story so far, but it is one of these games where, like, as you go through the story, you're going to come across so much stuff to distract you.
Side quests.
Not right. Side quests is one thing. Puzzles is another thing.
Oh right, they have Breath of the Wild style puzzles, right?
Oh, there's huge puzzles and stuff in it. Like, I came across I can't remember what was my goal at the time, but then I remember I was up on this hillside, and I looked down and I saw this like ring of statues and stuff, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. So like I went down there, and it was a puzzle. And it took me maybe 15-20 minutes to figure out how to do this puzzle, and then at the end of the puzzle, you get a reward type thing. But it was very it was quite rewarding figuring out the puzzle. And then there was another one. This time there was actually kind of a question mark on the map, and it was actually very close to the camp. So I ran over to this, and I found there was this giant chasm. So I was like, okay, I wonder what's down here. So I went down there, and then there was like a door, but it wasn't a door. It was like a picture of a door. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm probably supposed to do something with this. And eventually I figured it out, and it was a gateway to another puzzle. Sweet. But then the puzzle the puzzle itself was not quite there. The puzzle then led you to have to go to other places in the game to get the answers to the puzzle and then go back to the first place and solve the thing. And that was like, I was like, oh, I'm just going to, fart around in the game for 5 minutes. And then I came across that puzzle, and then it was like 45 minutes later, I'm finishing that puzzle. So that's the kind of thing, like, you can go into it to do one thing, and then just all these other things you just come across, like, that's naturally, awesome. Organically. Yeah. And while I was doing it, while I was going to the places to figure out that puzzle, I was getting attacked by bandits and stuff, and I just absolutely, destroyed a couple of bandit camps, got some experience, that kind of thing. So
wow. What do you think of the combat? Like, how does that feel? I heard a lot about, you can do many forms of combat, lots of weapons, some like wrestling moves, very flashy, like very like, you're agile, kind of like you're a superhero type thing. So what do you think of the combat?
So I think if you are a person like me, where I'm just like, spam the punch button, spam the kick button, spam the sword button type thing. That's me. Occasionally I'll maybe throw in a couple of combos and stuff like that, but there's a lot of combos and stuff that you can get. Some of them you can get by spending your experience points to unlock them. Others it's a really cool mechanic. Sometimes you'll see, for example, like an enemy will do a particular move on you, and then you'll get a pop-up, and it's like, oh, you have learned this move by observing it, and now that's a move that you can do, and you didn't even have to spend experience points to get it. Sometimes it even happens in a boss fight. The boss does something, and it's like, oh, you've learned the boss's move, and now you can do this type thing.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so there is, like, I think if you're somebody that likes fighting games, like, the combat can have some similarities to that. Okay. I suck at fighting games. I'm absolutely terrible at them because I can't remember combos. So I'm terrible. But if you're the kind of person that likes combos, the combat has got that for you. What I will say is, so far, the standard enemies are really easy. Like, I've heard 1, 2, 3 hits and they're dead. But then you get up. So, like, I was mowing through, I don't know how many bandits. I killed like 100 bandits, like, at one time or something like that. And I was just mowing through them. It was almost like, what'd you call them? Like a Musou game, like a Dynasty Warriors type thing. Like it almost started feeling like that at a certain point. But the bosses are a whole level above, which bosses kind of should be.
Yeah, for sure.
But having said that, like, I found the gateway to the next area the other day, and I'm still in the starting area because the starting area is absolutely huge. Like, you could spend days and days and days just in the starting area. It's a whole game unto itself. But I found the gateway to the next zone, and so I thought, I'll just poke my head in and see what's going on. Came across a bandit camp, and they just completely bodied me. Like, the basic bandits just totally destroyed me. So it's definitely, like, relative, like, power levels or whatever. So
I looked it up, and it says that the map is larger than Red Dead Redemption 2. It's comparable to some of the larger Assassin's Creed entries. So that's super interesting. Is, like, you have like you've got it on PC, right? You got a really good graphics card. Like, sometimes I want to play a game, or sometimes I'll buy a game because it's like the latest, greatest, hottest thing. This one looks really good. Do you think that if you're the type of person that, I just end up buying the really good looking games because that's like a fun thing that I do. I've done it plenty. Is that something that this game is worth it? Does it look that good, would you say?
It does look good. Like, if you have like a really high-end graphics card, high-end PC. I haven't tried it on the consoles, but I hear that they've improved it a lot on like PS5, Xbox, PS5 Pro and stuff like that. On mine, not to brag, I guess, but I have like a good PC and I have a 4090, and it's flawless. It runs flawlessly.
That is
Um,
awesome.
like 4K, um, and with everything turned up max, I'm getting maybe on average 70 to 80 frames a second, and that's with all the DLSS and stuff like that turned off. So that's like the raw native performance.
Wow.
So yeah, I've tried this game on quite a few different devices. So like you mentioned Mac OS, I have a Mac. I have like a MacBook Air. I've got one of the new M5 MacBook Airs. I tried it on that. If you turn on like the DLSS type thing, or in the case of a Mac, it's like Metal FX or whatever. But if you turn that on, I was getting, maybe 40, 50, sometimes even 60 frames a second out of a MacBook Air.
Oh, okay.
It is borderline playable on the Steam Deck. Borderline.
Borderline playable.
And there was a couple of hoops I had to jump through to get it working on the Steam Deck. But it does run. I would say it's playable. It's really crazily well optimized. It's really shocking how well optimized it is for the graphics power that it has. So.
What about the game is your favorite aspect? Because it seems like it's a stew. It's got a little of this, a little of that. Like because it does so many things, I can pick some of these like things that would be like something that would pull me in. So it's like I'm almost there. Like, what was very surprising to you, or what's your favorite part of the game?
Oh crikey, that's really difficult.
Is there anything that stands out, or is there just, hey, it's a couple things all together, but there's no like crazy like addictive piece to it? Does it pull you away from other video games, or is it like not that good of a mix where it's like?
I mean, it's pulled me away from Pocopia.
Okay,
so.
okay. I got addicted to Pocopia for like
which I still want to go back
hours.
to Pocopia. I still want to go back to Pocopia. But...
I did a couple like nighters, man. Like it.
Oh, nice.
It was rough. So it's got your attention then.
It's definitely got my attention. It is probably the only game that I'm playing right now, but I'm not playing it every night. I'm maybe only playing it two or three times a week at the moment. Because, I get tired in the evenings. It's like I said, I've had my dinner and I've done all my chores, and then it's like, oh, I think I want to play a game, and then I sit and, oh my god, I just surfed YouTube for like 3 hours.
No, I get it. Sometimes it's like, do I want to start a quest? Like, do I want to like go over that hill? And like, sometimes like you need something else to like switch your brain on and off. I am such a creature lately of, I've just fallen into this thing where sometimes a game is hitting me at the right time with the right vibe. And like Pocopia, like I like it more now than I did at launch, in a totally different way, because I started playing it like Minecraft. So like this game, I'm very interested in. Would you say it's got a 77 Metacritic score on PC? That's kind of where it landed, 77. Would you say that about right in your opinion, or maybe a little better than you expected?
I think it's the kind of game that for some people it's going to be a 99, and for other people it's going to be a 10, 15, where they're just like, because I think one of the, like, this game, it's like a split personality between absolute masterpiece and janky mess. So like one of the funniest comparisons that I read somewhere was somebody compared it to like Mozart out of the movie from the Amadeus movie.
Okay.
So it's like he's an absolute genius, but he's completely nuts. So right, and this game's kind of like that.
No, I hear you. No,
it's like moments of complete brilliance where you're like, wow, I can't believe I have this feeling from a game type thing. And then other things like, why am I pressing this button and he won't do what I want him to do type thing.
I hope that I end up trying this on sale. I have a feeling that the price point is just a little too much. Like, it's coming out at $69.99. So they priced it as a premium,
Yeah.
And I feel like they could have done that with like a sequel, like come in and say, we're playing with the big boys. But like, for instance, had this had any type of IP attached to it that was a little bit more like in the zeitgeist, I think it would like exploded. Like imagine just anything that was like looked this good, that was that ambitious, like some fantasy like thing to it. I know that the MMO crowd, some people will be coming over and trying it out. It's just intriguing. It's an intriguing game at an intriguing time. It sold 3 million copies in the first week, and then reportedly reached 4 million copies and 200 million in revenue within 2 weeks. So post launch, it's doing really well, which is cool.
I mean, I'm not sure what I think about the price. I mean, in some ways, I think the price is justified, and it's like people keep saying, oh, gaming, it's all the same, everything's all the same, we don't get anything new. Something comes along which in quite a few ways is quite new. I mean, it does a lot of things new, or it does things better than what other games have done and stuff like that. And then maybe some people are like, oh, but it costs too much or whatever. Well, did you want the new thing? Because here's the new thing. So I don't know. I think the price is maybe justified, but you're also completely correct. Whereas if it had been cheaper, it would have sold probably even more than it did, for sure.
I'm gonna argue against myself for a second, because we were talking about how massive the game is, and it's so many systems. Let's say a couple of them click for you. Now all of a sudden you got a buffet, like not endless, but like you have a really good meaty chunky game filled with stuff that you want to do. So I think it's still hurting me inside in my like, income bracket or whatever, that like looking at that amount is just like, oh, can I get $15 off? Can I get $20 off at least? But no, I totally understand. If there's one thing about the game that you could change, like that wasn't clicking for you, anything? Like what would have made it, like moving it from that 77 range for most people to like, everybody?
I mean, so there's definitely some janky things with like and maybe it sounds really nitpicky, but like the way some of the NPCs are is like they walk around and they're like they'll say the same thing 100 times.
Oh, and that type of thing. Yeah,
takes you out of the immersion a bit. Like, oh, beautiful day, isn't it? 2 seconds later, oh, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? Type thing.
I'm gonna choke you. Go away.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like if you don't shut up, I'm gonna see that horse. I'm gonna drop it on you.
Can you hit the people after that? Can you like run them over or something? Or
I have not had the guts to try anything bad yet.
You didn't break the law. Okay.
I haven't done that yet.
Could be a whole like law morality system you don't know about.
Well, there kind of is. There's like you get, and you will loot this thing from bandits all the time, so there's no worry about getting one of these things. But there is a mask. You'll get a mask, right? And if you want to commit crimes, you have to put the mask on. And then I haven't tried it myself yet, but what I've been told is that like if you put the mask on and you steal something or whatever, you can pickpocket people as well, right? So if you do some kind of crime, you get like a circle. And if you can get out of that circle before somebody sees you, you get away with it. Right?
Okay, first of all, I've always wanted like some direction when you're breaking the law where it's like, okay, give me a chance to escape, but let me like visualize. But I guess all games probably work this way without showing you the circle, and I was just too dumb. But like, okay, the circle, like get out of the circle before being seen. I love that. Just like as a mechanic. Okay, cool. That sounds cool.
So I haven't tried that yet, but I do feel like I want to be the good guy in games. So it's like when I do so, I'm like I play Mass Effect and choose the good stuff, what is it, the Guardian or the whatever,
the Vanguard thing or something.
The Vanguard, whatever, yeah. It was like, because I'll just like oh, I could be the evil bastard and I could like really screw this person over, and then it's like, but then I'll feel bad if I do that. I can't do that, so. I kind of don't like doing the bad things in games, even though it's just a game, because
No, I get
someday
it.
we will all be judged for our evil done unto
For our
video game
for our video
characters,
game stuff. Oh my
right?
God, the
When the
bar is
AI
getting up.
apocalypse takes over,
Oh yeah,
we will be
whoa.
judged,
Yeah, the AIs come and they be like, "Oh, I
right?
saw what you did to that
Yeah.
village person, you evil." Like,
Yeah.
what if the AI are judging us based on like all the
Mm-hmm.
digital people we've been
Mm-hmm.
murdering in our
Yep.
games, in our
Yep.
films? Like, they're just like, they respect nothing. They must
Right.
die. And like, and we're like pleading for our lives. We're like,
Right.
hey, listen, it was just a game to us. He's like, a game? They're monsters.
Please, I was nice. I said please and thank you to a robot one time. Please don't kill me.
Oh my God, dude, that's trippy. Oh my
Yeah.
God. we just wrote an amazing like sci-fi
Yeah.
novel.
Yep.
Uh-oh, you hear that noise? That's the sound of the caboose. That's
Yep.
right. It's the end of this episode of Mega Dads Live, but we don't want to leave you without a recommendation of something outside of the world of video games. It doesn't have to be, but a recommendation, something that has us hyped, something that we are excited about, something that you could get excited about. I'll go first. I went to the Blackhawks game, so the Chicago Blackhawks. I was fortunate to get some like really great seats gifted, and it was my daughter's first ice hockey game. And
Aww.
we were in the she was adorable. She had her like ice cream, that's all kids want. They show up at the sporting event and they're like, where's my treats? Like, so she was just like running around having a great time. We went to the gift shop, stuff like that. And we're in the concourse, and there's for those who don't know, like a lot of sports teams have these mascots, right? In Chicago, the Chicago Blackhawks have Tommy Hawk, and he's like a bird, like a black hawk, and he has like a head dressing on and the jersey and all that, and he's like just running around and doing all kinds of wacky stuff throughout the stadium. So, my daughter loves this little guy. He's like, oh, where is he? She's walking, and then my wife, I didn't even know this happened. My wife was like, it's her first game, because he saw like Tommy Hawk walking in the
Right.
hallway, and he
Right.
picks her up and puts her on her shoulder and just
Oh.
like runs around, and like she is shocked, and like you
Right.
think she's excited, but he puts her down. Then she has the emotional reaction of what just happened, and it was just pure joy. Like, seeing kids love mascots. I mean, I love mascots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we grew up on mascots. Like, gaming is big part of like the mascot, and she had her mascot experience at the her first Blackhawks game. My family is a huge like hockey family, and we've been Hawks fans for a long time, so it's cool. Very
Nice.
awesome to go to the Blackhawks game if you can. And
That is brilliant. So what I'm hearing is that your daughter was kidnapped by a mascot.
So when it happened, because I didn't know that my wife gave the guy permission, my first reaction was like,
it's like, what the hell?
Well, I was thinking about like, do I tackle him? But then I'm like, no, she'll like fall from a great height. Like, I'm trying to like plan my thing. But then everybody seemed happy, so I was like, let me not attack this like mascot for taking my child. But yeah, it was like my first instinct was just like karate chop or something. I don't know. Something like that.
It's a good thing I wasn't there after playing Crimson Desert, and I would have tried like suplexing him with like a Crimson Desert move or something like that.
There you go. You would have been locked in. What is your recommendation? It could be anything. You like a lot of things.
I like too many things, so I thought what I would maybe recommend for now, and I think probably half the people in the Discord have probably read this anyway, but I'm going to recommend this book, Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman?
Dinniman, I think.
Dinniman.
Yeah.
Like cinnamon with a D.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Dungeon Crawler. I've heard good things. It's a series, right?
Yeah, it's a series. So there is, to my knowledge, I think there's 7 books right now. The 8th book, I think comes out next month, actually. And I think he said there's going to be 9, maybe 10 books in the whole thing. So there's still another 1 or 2 books still to come out. So my understanding is that like he started writing this during COVID because like he lost his job because of COVID and he was stuck at home.
Whoa.
And so he started, I guess, I don't know where he got the idea for it, but the premise is that like aliens basically come to Earth, like out of the blue, right? Aliens come to Earth,
as they basically
yeah, and they basically like they flatten like in like that every single structure that's built on Earth. So buildings, tunnels, every structure that has been built just gets flattened, and so anybody that was inside one, that also includes things like planes and cars and trains and stuff, anybody that basically had a roof over their head just gets splat, dead, instantly dead. The only survivors are all the people and animals that happened to be outside at the time when it happened.
Whoa.
So, and then what the aliens do to the survivors, they make an announcement. They basically say, we are basically like terraforming the whole planet, like using all the material from everything we just destroyed. We are terraforming the whole planet into a giant underground dungeon, like Dungeons and Dragons. So, like, and they basically say, all of you humans that are surviving, you have the choice. You can stay on the surface and try to survive as best as you can, or you can enter the dungeon and you can, compete for your life, compete for prizes, compete for, I guess, the right to claim your planet back or something like that. I forget what the actual. But this guy, Carl, so he happened to be, he had just broken up with his girlfriend. So it was like the middle of the night, and his girlfriend's cat decided to jump out of the window for whatever reason. You kind of find out later why, but the cat decided to jump out the window. So he ran outside to get the cat, and that's when the thing happened. So the only reason that he survived and the cat was because he ran outside to get the cat. Just coincidence. So him and the cat go into the dungeon, and it kind of goes on from there. The cat is the main character, by the way.
So the animals start to talk all of a sudden?
She does. That's kind of a minor spoiler, but it happens in like chapter 1, chapter 2. So this is the animals don't talk in general, but this cat, she gets like a special potion and she develops sentience and becomes a full thinking being and stuff like that. Whoa. So she's kind of like the best character in the series type thing.
So it's a comedy? Is this what's going on?
I mean,
it's whimsical, or like what is it?
It's whimsical. It's whimsical to some extent, but it's also quite dark because like, I mean, when they're in the dungeon, I mean, it is a game, but it's not a game because like people are actually dying.
Yeah.
Like if you die in the dungeon, you're actually dead.
Damn.
And it kind of goes into like, you see bits because when you think about it, he's just going through the trauma of he's lost his entire planet. Everybody's dead.
That's crazy.
So, and it touches on that. It goes into that. And it's sort of like, as time goes on, it develops into you start to see more about like what's going on outside the dungeon, like what's the political situation in the galaxy, for example, because this was aliens that did this, right? So what's going on in the bigger picture, and it goes into all that, and it's great. Oh, and the other thing is like the whole dungeon thing is a reality TV show that's being streamed into every alien's like TV sets, their homes. So they're all watching it and they bid on which dungeon crawler they think is going to pull through, and it's all a big money making thing.
Damn, man, books get away with whatever they want, man. Dude,
it's crazy.
Books get away with whatever they want, and then somebody makes a movie or a game off of it. Wow. Well,
I think this is already been, from my understanding, it's already been bought by like Seth MacFarlane or his company. So they're going to make a TV show
they got based a hold on of it. Yeah, I can see that. All right, I'm down. This is a good recommendation. Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah. So this is book 1. I just finished book 3.
All right.
I finished book 3 to.
Now I'm gonna have to do it. Oh my god.
I'm taking a break and I'm reading this one at the moment.
Oh, Hail Mary, yeah.
So good.
Did you saw the movie first or no?
Yes, the movie's incredible.
You saw the movie?
Incredible.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, you have to. Yeah, my wife read the book, and she didn't like the ending. So, yes.
Oh, I love the ending.
I haven't went and seen the movie, but I hear great things.
Yeah, I don't know if the ending of the book is the same as the ending of the movie, but I love the ending. I'm only like about halfway through the book, so I don't know how it ends, but I love the ending for the movie. So
awesome. Well, thank you for joining me on this exciting episode of Mega Dads Live. Shiro, thank you for being here. Thank you for standing in the gap for us. We couldn't get anybody to play this awesome game, but I'm not as good looking as Adam or all those other people. But I did my best. Yeah, Adam has he's got a unique look. It's like like if somebody put sand on top of a slice of American cheese. Like imagine sand on top of American cheese, right? And then just put like some mayonnaise on top, and then and then leave it outside in the sun for like 20 minutes. And then I see why you guys are besties. That's just what a bestie would say. That's Adam's complexion. It looks like sandy American cheese with mayo. Wow. Take that. He's not gonna listen to this. He's not gonna. He's like mega what? Those losers. I'm taking vacation. We will catch you next time, everybody. Please like, subscribe, join the Discord. You'll hang out with people like me and Shiro all day long and have fun. Try to make life a little bit better, a little bit more shiny for you. We'll see you next time, everybody.